Hypocrisy. A pretense of having a virtuous character, moral or religious beliefs or principles, or etc., that one does not really possess or practice. This is what bothers me the most. Okay? You have people who want to tell you how to act, and they don't do what they're telling you to do at all. And I respect people who acknowledge that. You know, someone who says, "I want you to be better than me, son. You know, don't end up like me." You know, that type of person is more respectable. But if you're not even acknowledging the fact that you don't do what you're telling someone else to do, you're straight up lying and you're deceiving people. It makes people think that you know what you're talking about. You don't. It's really, really ridiculous in this world. Seriously. All the way down to the smallest levels, all the way up to the most powerful people in the world. They do the exact same thing. Want to tell other people what to do, entire nations what to do, and they have not done what they're telling other people to do. Seriously, it's so disturbing that I find some type of when I see someone being a hypocrite, whether it's on the news or in actual life or anywhere, I feel the need that I wish I could just step into the screen or walk up to them and slap them across the face. It's literally that simple. It goes down to the lowest levels. Like, for instance, my friend Evan, he tells me that he wants to. He's telling me that what I should do during my relationship. You know what I'm trying to do, and he's struggling with this more than me. He refuses to acknowledge this, and then he gets mad at me when I disregard what he's saying because I don't want to listen to someone who's having the exact same issue, except they're doing worse than me. And so he wants to get angry about this. I just want to move on. Okay, I'm not gonna keep listening to someone who's having the exact same issues as me, and they don't even acknowledge the fact that they're having the same issue, and their issue's worse, but yet they still want to govern other people. It goes up to the highest of levels. Why are these? I mean, like, okay. Then now it goes up to the higher levels where you have politicians. I like some Republicans because they're constitutionalists, or supposedly constitutionalists when it comes to their personal rights, when it comes to their rights, but when it comes to other people's rights, they're not concerned. Self-centered jackasses is all I have to say. Yeah, people like John McCain. Yeah, I want to keep my guns. Yeah, I want to keep my guns too. But I don't need to. Okay, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to focus on your self-concerns like privacy, gun control, freedom of speech, all that stuff. When President George W. Bush passed one of the most unconstitutional laws that's probably ever crossed this country, the Patriot Act, they could spy on American citizens, kidnap American citizens, torture American citizens, even if they just suspect that you're affiliated with someone who is suspected of being someone dangerous. I just don't understand what the point of that is. Seriously, does that go away? Someone who's just suspected of being an affiliate of someone who's suspected of being probably another affiliate of someone who is widely known, maybe, possibly, to be a radical. And it really depends on what your definition of radicalism is and how conservative you are. So there really is no right answer to who they'll be able to lock up. So basically, that gave them the right to lock up anybody who they thought was an issue at all. Zach, go away. Oh my gosh. I, and then, okay, here's another example. So you have Republicans who want to pass these types of unconstitutional laws, but yet they always want to talk about how they're the conservative, Christian, mainly Catholic, or in Mitt Romney's case, Mormon, and they want to act like they're all conservative and they're concerned about you. They're not concerned about you. They're just as bad as the Democrats as I'm concerned. I mean, Democrats aren't necessarily. I mean, they're trying to take away guns right now, but at the same time, Republicans are benefiting off of going against them so then they can do things behind the public's back. Right now, most people, when you think of Republican, you're thinking about people who want to keep their guns or people who are constitutionalists, and it's not true. Because if it was true, you wouldn't have Republicans talking about, hey, let's torture American citizens. Hey, let's go bully Iran because they want nuclear bombs. When everybody around them has nuclear bombs. Is this like, what is the mindset of Americans these days? Even talking to friends at school, I don't think they quite grasp what I'm trying to say. If everybody around you had a pistol, let's say, everybody around you's packing heat, concealed carry, don't you think you want to concealed carry? Or maybe even carry your weapons outside? I would. These are people that you don't know, or maybe you don't have the best relationship with these countries, and they all have big old guns, and you don't have any guns, and you're just now starting the project for getting these. Like, what's the problem? Seriously. Okay, you walk into a bar, everybody has a knife or a concealed weapon carry on them. I'm gonna bring my concealed carry. I'm not about to get jumped or shanked or shot because someone else told me to get rid of my weapons or to shut down my program that I just started when they still have a whole lot of nuclear weapons. It's hypocritical. And then when they actually do get rid of nuclear weapons, you know how they dispose of some of that byproducts of nuclear waste? Dumping it out of the chemtrails in the airplanes. Whenever you see an airplane flying by and it leaves the big old stream of mist, for a while in the 60s, 70s, that stuff was radioactive and they were pouring it on us. And that's why you have an entire generation now that's pretty much coming up with cancer in the older people. People that are around our parents' age, if you're like 13 to 9 or, 9 to probably 15. That generation of people is having problems with cancer. And now the next generation of people is having problems with cancer because of the food products and the aspartame. But that's a subject for another YouTube video. But I just don't understand the hypocrisy these days. It's demonizing someone, and it just goes back to the same thing. And this is why, honestly, I could care less for all religion. It goes back to the same thing. Someone doesn't believe in what you believe, so you demonize them and you get them a bad public opinion so that nobody even takes into account what they said. Or you twist the story to where people will just believe what you said, they said. You know? Like I know North Korea vows to uh, North Korea. I mean, North Korea vows to bomb the United States. That could be a true or untrue statement. I suggest that you go research what was actually said for yourself. Not saying that it's not true. And, I have my own opinion about what is justice for the United States. But I will say that if the United States keeps on the way it is for the next 10 years or so, I suggest that anybody who knows what's going on move to another country. move to another country. There's going to be a war on the home soil here eventually. Whether it's civil war or someone's finally going to attack us and public's not going to be ready for it or it's going to be staged or whatever. But honestly, I don't find it radical to believe that a country would attack the United States. In fact, a vast majority of foreign people at this moment think that the United States is, especially when George W. Bush was president, think that the United States is Satan in their eyes, and they think that it might as well just be taken out. It's even, European people supporting Middle Eastern insurgencies that want to take down America, and it's completely justified. Completely justified. You know, I know, there have been people who have said this a million times throughout history. Hitler said it. Pretty sure Alexander the Great said something like it. The ends justifies the means. Only to a certain extent, yes, but the ends does justify the means. Sometimes there has to be a necessary sacrifice for justice, and therefore the ignorant will not be. Well, they're not going to get any pardon, okay? Yeah, we can talk about all like 9/11 as much as you want, but if people were smart, they would have already known what was coming. Should have already known what was coming. If you studied your history before 9/11, you'd already be able to know that one of those buildings in New York was probably going to be bombed sometime in that time zone. It's inevitable to happen. It was either going to happen, it's going to happen eventually. If you look at how bad we've been messing with Middle Easterners over there since about 1955, we have not given them a break. We started with trying to help the rebel groups because Soviets were coming in from the north, taking over places like Afghanistan. So we helped those insurgency groups. And now that they're forming their own little gangs off the weapons that we gave them and off the training that we had given them a long time ago, and they've evolved into their own little society now. We want to, I'm not going to go as far as saying America is behind Al Qaeda and the Taliban and stuff like that, but we are helping them out in a sense. For instance, like when we got rid of Gaddafi. Gaddafi said on an interview on Russia Today, RT, you looked it up on YouTube, that if you remove him from power, or if you attempt to remove him from power, or make him any weaker than he already is, that Al Qaeda is going to infiltrate his nation, like they already have. We got rid of Gaddafi, and now look what happens. There's a huge vacuum of power, and the only person with guns over there now is Al Qaeda. So Al Qaeda is now the established warlord government over there. There's nothing else going on in the streets but recruiting for Al Qaeda. We just gave Al Qaeda probably, an excess of more than, talking about probably another 6 million troops. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, America. They probably kidnap little boys, start training them, whatever. It's gonna be like a G.I. Joe movie or something. Snake Eyes. They're gonna train Snake Eyes and then jump out, start slicing United States soldiers, train them in the way of Iranian ninjutsu or something. Thanks a lot, America. Yeah, you just got rid of someone who was trying to keep the area stable. And that's a whole nother topic for. I'll do a whole other YouTube video about Gaddafi. And once I get past these political subjects, I'll probably be moving to more lighthearted things. Me and my friend Matthew gonna start doing some preteen, teenager dating advice videos. But yeah, so I'm gonna just go see the movie Warm Bodies in a little bit, so I'll let you guys go and peace. Yeah, sorry, I'm just doing this on purpose. Awesome. Oh my gosh, never even played with my Mac like this. Hilarious.